Christy Price. I am the ministry coordinator at Fellowship Bible Church of Batesville, where I've been on staff for 3.5 years. In my role, I'm kind of the public relations person for the church. I organize community events. I'm the liaison between the community and the church. I'm also the volunteer coordinator, and I also manage the Landers Theater, which is the site of our church. We have 2 locations. We own an old storefront down Main Street from the Landers Theater, but the bulk of our activity takes place inside the old theater. The theater was built in 1906 or 1907. It was originally called the Gym Theater. It was the site of vaudeville acts. Vaudeville in the early part of the 20th century was a term used for traveling stage acts. This included comedians, musicians of all kinds, trained animal acts, acrobats, and just a lot of novelty things that unfortunately we don't see much anymore, like ventriloquists. Those acts gave way toward the 40s. The Landers family bought and acquired the Landers Theater, as it is known now, no longer the Gym, in 1929. And in 1947, they closed the theater for 4 months and went through the most extensive renovation in the building's history and came out on the other side with a movie theater as we would recognize it today. This is also when the giant marquee was put on the front of the building, and that says Landers. The theater enjoyed quite a bit of success all the way up through the 80s, when it began to face competition from home movie rentals and a much more active cable television network. You could see more on TV. By 1998, the Landers Theater showed its final movie and closed for its final time. It was rented in that space of time on occasion for some community events like concerts, but largely it had closed. The theater then kind of went into disrepair. The back wall fell out, vegetation took over the building, and it deteriorated badly. In 2008, about 10 years later, Steve Carpenter bought the building and replaced the roof and began to do some cleaning up. But then in 2009, he realized that it was just more, I think, than he wanted to handle, and Fellowship Bible Church needed the space. So our church bought the Landers Theater and did an extensive renovation, rebuilt the interior of the church completely, and moved in 2010 as Fellowship Bible Church of Batesville. We are still open to community events, as the Landers Theater has always been. We enjoy being the host location for several concerts each year that have nothing to do with our church but are good for our community. And it's very important to us that we be in the heart of Batesville, that we be for Batesville, and that if we weren't there anymore, that Batesville would miss us. We want to be that ingrained in city life and that essential to the city of Batesville, which is a town that we love. So that's what we do at the Landers Theater.
Hi, my name is Christian Baxter, and I am one of the pastors at Fellowship Bible Church. We're located in the historic Landers Theater on Main Street here in Batesville, Arkansas. And I lead the music for our church and work with a lot of the technology and visual graphic work and help do other ministries. Let's see, a little bit about Fellowship Bible Church getting downtown. We used to actually meet up Main Street in the middle school here at Batesville. For a while we met there, and we actually bought a storefront 1 block down the street from the Landers, and we met there for several years. So we've been in this area for almost 15 years, and we even met in some houses on on College Street. So a big part of our identity and our history has been being downtown in Batesville. We think this is a neat place to be connected to the city for ministry, with the businesses down here, with the community down here, with being kind of the heart of the city, so to speak. And we want to be a part of that and see Batesville become a better place through people knowing Jesus and through doing things that help make the city better. Things even like painting fire hydrants, our youth group did, or being downtown during parades and handing out hot chocolate to people and just trying to be an encouragement to this area. The Landers Theater itself that we renovated starting around 2008, 2009 is actually the oldest theater in the state of Arkansas. And we also partnered with the city to have the Landers Marquee restored outside. It had been it had gotten very dilapidated, started falling apart. And we partnered with Batesville, actually, different businesses and different community leaders to raise funds to see that be restored. And the storefront building that we also bought and renovated, blocked down, we use it as our office space for our youth ministries. It's a little bit about Fellowship Bible Church in Batesville, Arkansas, being downtown.
My name is Brent Swanson, and I'm the lead pastor here at Fellowship Bible Church. And I've been here for 3.5 years. I love it. I'm originally from Southern California. I'm Los Angeles. And I came out here to Batesville with my family. We're enjoying it. We love the church. And the church here, I think we bought this building in 2010, and we renovated this historic theater here on Main Street. And for a couple of reasons. One reason is because we think it's God is glorified when we renovate spaces and make buildings beautiful, and we made a beautiful space here. And we also wanted to be engaged in our community. We wanted to be a church that really cared about those people outside of our four walls. And so here on Main Street, it's strategic. We can engage with the community. In fact, tonight we were at the Main Street parade, and we were able to pass out coffee and just be here to support the community, and we do a lot of things like that. So that's our building, and our vision is to preach the gospel. The gospel really is the center of what we do here, and the gospel is the good news, the message that Jesus Christ died for us, and He did for us what we can't do for ourselves. That God loves us not because we're worthy of His love, but because He's love. And so the gospel is the center of what we do. And we also believe deeply in community, and which is that God has created us, He's designed us to be people that are deeply relational. And so we're trying to get, all the time, getting people into community groups. And I think we have 12 groups that meet throughout the city, and learning how to love one another and treat one another the way Jesus treated them. And then finally, we believe in mission, God's mission, which means that we believe God has called us to reach the city of Batesville. And so we're always looking out and asking, how can we be a church that makes the city better? A church that actually loves the people in the city. A church that not only exists for ourselves, but for the city where we're located. So the gospel, community, and mission. That's kind of